What's up, GS350JPN in the house. Move this over a little bit so I can center myself. Anyway, last night I was hanging out with DJ, right? And he bought this new Sylvia Nissan. It's real nice, old, but it's not in real good condition and everything. So we were sitting up at JP, Jar Garden Parks it's called, and just talking to some girls and stuff, right? So anyway, well, I got two stories to tell, so I'm gonna try to put them both in the same. Okay, so anyway, I go to the garden parks first. Then I'm sitting down. Right before I could sit, there's these two women sitting next to me, and they start talking to me. They're like 26 years old, and one of them just like, wow, this is my favorite, blah, 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 talking. So we start talking and stuff, and ask me how long I've been here, and I tell them like 18 years, and like, wow, how old are you? You know, the same old ritual. And I told them, like, I have a daughter their age, right? And they were laughing and stuff. So then they were like, wow, they were like saying, wow, you're the, well, one of them anyway said that I was the most open foreigner she'd met. Usually she'll talk to people, Japanese, not Japanese, Koreans, Chinese, Americans, whoever, and they would be kind of shy or a little reluctant to talk. So we were talking about, they were talking about, well, how many friends do I have and stuff like that. And I just told them, you know, I had met like over 2,000 women in Nagoya. Well, got over 2,000 telephone numbers from these girls in Nagoya in less than 2 years. And they're like, wow, and they started smiling and stuff. I'm like, we're smiling and stuff, you know, what y'all smiling about? And they're like, oh, no. So they were like, well, how can you get so many numbers or so? And I'm like, well, you know, most of the people up there spoke English. Some didn't, but a lot of people spoke English. And that when they're walking, they're real friendly, so they'll look. And I'm just fresh on the stage, so I'm just gonna say hi, you know. And they just come over and we start talking, get the number and all this stuff. So they was like, and they were thinking, basically what they were thinking was, well, actually they said later, well, actually they were thinking that I had sex with all of them, and I knew it was like that. Look on their face, and I said, no, but I didn't mess with them all. And they're like, really? I'm like, no. I said, really, you did? And I was like, nah. And I told them that I had been, it was like 4 years before I really even understand the social patterns and stuff. You know, I didn't even know anything about the love hotels. I told them I didn't even know anything about the love hotels until like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 4 years after I was here. And one of the girls was like, shh, don't tell anybody, you know, like, huh? They were like, really? I was like, yeah, I didn't know anything. I just come out here and I was still in my marriage mode thing, you know. And when I was messing around, it was always in a girl's house or at their jobs or outside or pachinko places or in cars. But it was never a hotel, you know, until like maybe after 4 years. I wouldn't say that's a little too long. Maybe after 3 years or something like that. So anyway, one of the girls, she had just came back from Vegas, and her English was really good. So we were talking. Sometimes we were talking about dating, a lot of sex stuff, a lot, and I would say something to her like, well, I could talk to any woman, it doesn't matter, but I can't sleep with anyone. And she's like, really? You can't? I said, no. And so her friend didn't understand what we were saying. She said, tell me. And the girl was like, oh, it's nothing. It was cool. She was cold. And her friend was like, no, it was something, tell me. So I told her. And she's like, really? You can't? I said, no, I can't. You know, and I was telling her how sometimes I'll be in an act, and if it's boring, I'll just stop or wait till she get her climax, and then I'll stop. And they're like, really? You do that? I said, yeah. I said, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, if it's not exciting or anything, then I have to quit. I just have to quit, you know. And they're like, wow, that's cool. And I said, yeah. So then I was like, the one who was that started talking to me, I asked for her number, but she was like, pretending like she didn't have a phone or something like that. So her friend said, well, give it to me and I'll give it to her later. So when I gave her my number, then the other one broke up with her phone, because I think her friend, because the whole time we were talking, her friend was, every time we said something like sexual or something like that in English, anything like that, she wouldn't translate it to her friend, to to Jordan translator so her friend would understand. And her friend got upset, so when her friend said, hey, I'll give him your number later, she said, oh, no, I don't think she's going to do it. Plus, she's supposed to be going to Tokyo or something like this month or next month. So we were all talking and stuff. Then GJ came in and started talking. And I guess he asked for their numbers too. And I was like a little bit like, huh? You know, why is he asking for the numbers? Because he is the type of person who wouldn't really not really talk to girls in front of us. Because he said he can't display his game in front of us because he gets nervous or something like that. And you know, all these other excuses and stuff. So I was like, okay, but when he did, I was kind of a little shocked and stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. But the girls, I mean, I don't really care about looks. About looks, they weren't all that great, but I don't really care because, you know, just friends and stuff. But when DJ had came in, I had told them that he was a tech. And the word tech out here means a person that's good with their fingers with girls, you know, use their fingers with girls and stuff like that. So they didn't understand what it meant. So when I told the one girl who didn't know, who knew English, her friend said, well, what did he say? And she would translate it. So she got real angry and stuff. So I translated it. She said, oh, really? Yeah. So when I sat down, when DJ sat down, they said, so you're a tech, huh? And he started laughing because I always tell girls he's a tech. And the ones that know what the word tech means, they're like, really? Oh my God, give me a number and stuff like that. It's a trip. And he was kind of shy and stuff, you know, he was laughing. So then something happened where somebody said they was angry or something, I don't know, but I told them, I forgot, I don't know, it couldn't have been angry or something. But there's this thing where you can touch a girl or anybody on the upper part of their chest, hit a spot, and it'll make them laugh. And maybe I said, well, I'm a tech, I can make you laugh or something like that. Let me show you something. I forgot. So the one girl who started talking to her, she came and sat down in front of me, on the side of me, and I did that, and she was like, started laughing and stuff. So then I told her friend, well, let me try it with you. And she's like, no, I don't want you touching me or something like that. And I'm like, all right, whatever, you know, I don't care. And so her other friend, you know, that one in English, so her other friend said, let me try it. So her other friend is just touching this girl's chest all over and stuff and couldn't make her laugh. And she said, well, I guess it doesn't work with me. I said, it'll work, let me show you. And she's like, okay, so I went and did it. And it's like, ah, and she all laughing and stuff. And then she turned around and said, you must be a tech too. And I'll say, nah, I'm not a tech. What's his name? It's a tech. It was funny. So then after that, we went to, what's that place called? Don Quixote. We parked, went inside, and when we parked, these two women walked by and I said, hi, how are you? One, and usually there's two, one that says something, one don't. And so one said something, we kind of talked, she looked a little drunk and stuff, and her eyes was all red and stuff. I don't know, she had just got off of work from the snack bar or whatever. And then we went upstairs and they were up there and I talked to both of them a little bit and stuff. So then we went back outside and these two girls walked by. And they were fine. And one of them was like really fine. She kind of almost reminded me of the girl that was dancing in my video. And you're telling me that Japanese women don't love like men. And she had like one of those faces. She was real fine. Shorts on. Oh my God, it's nice body. And so when she walked by, I said, you know, same old corny line, don't I know you from somewhere? And when I said that, it kind of just slipped out. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a bad line. I said, no, I did. And what happened was, I had met her, the girl she was with, these other two women, and they were at Starbucks in Garden Parks, and me, Wayne, and DS was there. And the one that was there that night, she was just like throwing questions at us and asking us and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I reminded her that she said it was us, you know, it was her and our other friend. So, you know, I asked her her age and stuff, and then we were talking. So they said they were going to go shopping, and they were just standing there, so I was thinking like, okay, fine, they're going to go soon. So I said, okay, so I'm just, you know, talking, expecting them to leave, and they didn't. So I said, well, let me get your number. So she was like, she looked at her friend like, well, should I give you my number? And stuff like that. And I was like, well, whatever. Oh, no. this would happen. With the other girl, with the one that talked to me first. She said she wanted me to teach her English, and I said, well, if you got a phone, I can give you my email address or whatever. And she was like, oh, she was like, she couldn't. So when I gave it to her friend, then she busted out with it and stuff. But anyway, she was like, okay, so she gave me her number and stuff, and I emailed her real quick. And then when I did that, I'm telling you, man, this girl, you guys, this girl was fine. I mean, Japanese girl, she had the, black face, the jaw kind of coming out. Oh man, her nose was, she was just fine. I mean, just real fine. And so, when I had got her number, because his car was in front of my car. He got a Civic, it's real dark. It's one of those, drift cars and stuff. And I had my Lexus behind it. And so they kind of like noticed the cars and stuff. And so, actually I started talking to them and they said, oh, nice cars. I'm like, well, where y'all coming from? And they were like, from the beach. So I was like, well, come on. Well, after I got the number. What was that before? It was after the number. And then, when she was giving me her number, DJ was like, well, let me have your number too. And I was like, this dude is really relaxed, because in America you don't do that, right? But out here, you guys watch, when you with your friends and you're visiting your friends, and if you got game and your friends don't, they're going to do it. Once they understand you can do that, because when a girl gives one guy a number, she'll give it to everybody that's there pretty much, and then everybody will be trying to holler, So if your friend is scandalous like that, don't talk to any women in front of him. Anyway, and the Japanese girls too, they scandalous like that too. So what happened was, he did that and stuff, so I was like, cool. So they still standing there. So it's like, well, where y'all coming from? They said they came from Marina City at the beach. And I was like, what are you doing over there? It's just driving and stuff. I'm like, well, let's go to the beach. I said, really? I said, yeah. We go in 3 cars. So the cutie one, I got the number of her. And she was like, 3 cars? I said, okay, we go in 2. You go with me in my car, and you can go, and the other girl can go with Dewan. Not Dewan, but DJ. And what's his name? And they're like, well, I gotta work and everything. But I'm thinking they're gonna go. So anyway, we sit up there for like 20 minutes talking and stuff, and it was a good conversation. And the girl was like, well, next time, we have time, let's all go out, and have a good time, I was like, all right, fine, And then after they went into the store, I turned to DJ and I said, man, why'd you get a number like that? He said, I'm like, you always saying you don't match no girls and stuff, why you gonna do that? I said, you saw I got her number and she was fine too. He said, yeah, but I noticed something about you. And I was like, what? He said, every time you get girls' numbers and stuff, you never call them, you forget about them the next day and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, so what? If they want to talk to me, they can call me themselves, and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I said, see, if you was in the States, man, you get popped. I said, you don't do that in the States. He was laughing and stuff. I said, see, you get relaxed out here too. But I will tell you, he should have held his peace, because he could have saw her another time. Because that was actually the first time he saw her. But, I don't really blame him, because I'm going to tell you, she was fine. She was fine. And so then, when they went in the store, these other 2 girls walked by that we saw in Garden Parks, and that he was talking to. So he was like, hey, how y'all doing? They're like, oh, I remember you, and stuff like that. And when they went to was talking, the 2 girls walked by out, and they kind of saw him talking to her, and they was looking and stuff, and they went home. But before they went in the store, I was like, anyway, they said, we're going to go shopping. I said, all right, fine. I said, well, can I get a hug? Because I always just do like this, right? And she was like, a hug? She was like, okay. Can't get a real big hug. I said, yeah. It was cool, though. But, I always hugging girls out here. It's not that. Like I said, I come out here, I just have fun. I do my stuff, but I like to have fun, because we make a lot of friends as girls and stuff. And next thing you know, they call me up to go to barbecues. You end up going to barbecue and be the only dude there, and like 35 women. Because usually these girls, some of them be with girls, if they're fine, and they got confidence in themselves, or they're not worried about their friends, they just hang out with just all fine women and stuff. But anyway, that was happening. I got the number. He came right behind me. Can I get your number too?
Oh man, that was cold, but it's cool. But I'm out. Peace.